Hi and welcome back to yet another video of my reef tank, in which I will be showing you some of the progress I've made in the past month. If you're wondering what happened before, then you can check out my previous videos. I try to make one every month so you can track the progress of my tank and see how it's going. One of the biggest changes in the past month is that I edited some of the rocks work, so the reefscape on the left side of the tank, and I removed some of the old rocks that were in there and replaced them by new rocks, specifically a real reef rock. It's one of the rocks I use a lot to scape, because it's a rather clean rock. My LFS has it in salt water, so it's already some kind of alive when you buy it, and I try to glue it together to make something out of it. As you can see, the left side here is different than before. I can show you on the left side that I've made it myself, because you can see some of the glue that I've used to attach the rockwork to each other, or attach the rocks to each other and create the scape out of it. And then when I finished, I reattached some of the corals so it looks full again. Some of the changes I made was, obviously I moved some corals around. So as you can see, this blastomussa is really enjoying its new position. The polyps are really extending very well and looking very healthy. And zoom into one of the mouths. Look, it's waving around. I have been struggling a bit with my nitrates and my phosphates over the last few months. It kept rising for some unknown reason, so I tried to make some changes. Add some more vodka vinegar solution that I'm adding every day. Increase the dosing a little bit, and now it's steadily the values are steadily decreasing again, so that's a good thing. I can see that my corals are responding well to it. The polyp extension is really nice, as you could see with the blastomussa, but also with this hammer. It's really, it's really expanding very well. All the other corals seem to be doing great as well. Still good growth on the zoanthus, as you can see here. Some of these I've bought like half a year back at a few polyps, and now they're really big colonies, looking good. Then of course the heliofungia, which is always doing very well. On the bottom, bare bottom, not a bare bottom, but it's lying on the sand, and I feared that one of my sand sifting fish would throw sand on it, but luckily it doesn't, so it's still alive and it's looking very good. Then there's the boxfish. If you've seen it before, then you might notice that it has grown quite some bit. It has actually, I think since I bought it in December, tripled in size already. You can really see it evolving, maturing. It's getting boxier by the week, and yeah, all the fins and everything, they move independently of the fish skeleton. So it's really nice to observe, watching it swim around. I'll follow it for a bit so you can. Then there's another fish that wants to steal the show. It's a spotted drum. I've had it for I think somewhat a month now. It's still a young specimen, so it has very large fins, as you can see. Eventually the fin on the back will reduce in size, I think by half, and then its tail will get a little bit thicker and it will get spotted. That's why it's also called a spotted drumfish. Now it's striped, but it will get spotted eventually. It's a fish that it also can grow quite large. It's still very young now. It can grow very much, but then again we'll have to see. Most fish get large eventually, but yeah, for now it's a great thing to have in my tank, a great fish to have. And there's the sea needle, roaming around the reef, looking around what's happening, always very calm, very slow. And the cardinals are having babies again, like they do every month. So, as you can see, the male is carrying the babies in its mouth, and it's not eating because, yeah, it's hard to eat when there's a bunch of babies in your mouth. So every time I feed, you can see that the female eats, but the male, it just floats around, and yeah, once the babies have been released from its mouth, then it can start eating again to stock up, get some nice body fat, and then eventually when it starts carrying babies again, then it needs to have enough reserves to last for another few weeks, because yeah, it can't really eat right now. Another change I've made is that I sold quite a lot of corals in the past 2 weeks. Mostly SPS corals. I sold one of my Gonioporas to make some room for new corals. It's quite hard to keep this hobby entertaining when everything is just very static, and when it's just being there and coming home every day looking at the same tank. It's maybe hard to imagine, but yeah, I need some change now and then. So that's one of the reasons I sold some corals, changed the left side, just to make everything, yeah, a little bit more yeah, better every day, every time. And for now, that's working out really well. I'm just still very happy that somewhat the nutrients are being kept under control now, and that the corals look happy, and that they expand well, they grow. Yeah, the SPS still not growing, not expanding the way they will in a very low nutrient tank. They're somewhat paler colors as well, but then again, that's a choice. It's hard to keep every coral in your tank as happy as it's hard to find a good balance. I think for me the perfect balance would be when with my phosphates around 0.08, something like that, and the nitrates around 5. Right now phosphates are more around 0.02, 0.2 actually, sorry, and my nitrates are around 20, 25. So it's quite high. That will also cause some algae to grow now and then, as you can see here. It's not a lot, but it's definitely a sign that there's too much nutrients in the tank. It's it's easily visible when you look at the tank, and you can see straight away that it's not very low nutrient. Right here, there is a new Goniopora. It's still getting used to the tank to the left. The one on the right has been there for almost a year, so that's accustomed to it by now. But the one on the left is still taking time to adjust itself. It's pink. It has green, yellowish mouths. I'll zoom in a little bit to see. Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah. It's purple. The base is purple. The flowers are pink, and the mouths are greenish yellow. And I hope that it will do very well in my tank eventually. It has been in there for 3 days now, so I'll give it some more time to grow and adjust. And the last thing I'll show you today is the Stylophoras. I've decided to put them together to have them all colors together. So there's a green one in the center below, and to the left of that there's a dark green one, a purplish one to the left of that with a bit of yellow in there, a blue one on top. Some people say it's purple, but I really think it's blue. And on the right there's a small piece of pink Stylophora. So it's really a nice combination of different shades, and yes, you can see the polyps are extending well. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, this update, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.